Games Workshop's Basement. Hosted by John Quennell, Danny McDevitt, Val Heffelfinger. I'm Dickie, and it's Grim After Dark.
Welcome to Grim After Dark, Warhammer's only late night show for the reason you all know it's a stupid idea. My name is John. I'm here to misinform and entertain as we talk about the goings-on over the last week in the world of Games Workshop. This week, we dive back into community nonsense as anger at women has subsided and terrible takes are back. And we'll tell you where you can buy a high-quality carry case for $155. But before we go on, let's meet the team who make it all possible. First up, it's the co-host with the co-most, residing in Anchorage, Alaska, putting the laws in white claws. Our competitive champ, Danny McDevitt.
Thank you.
Announce your arrival now.
That's how I announce myself when I walk into a tournament venue, with the blasting of air horns.
That seems like a great way to ingrain the community, is just by blasting air horns upon arrival. Whereas my plan when I go to my new community is just to tap the TO on the shoulder and be like, on the rising of the sun, on the third round, look to the east. I'll be there to make up for drops. And then Val's off tonight, so in his place, he's the man behind the Iron Curtain of Canada. He's a world eater, but maybe not a world beater. Canadian coach and American sympathizer, Tech Priest Dickie. I nailed it this time. I got it.
Default. Hello, my friends.
It's like a little special bonus for everyone when Val's off, because we get to see Dickie face.
Yeah. And Dickie's like just hirsute chest. My God, man, you are just built like an animal.
I'm a monster.
Nikki D, still awake, painting Death Guard. Excited to catch the show live. You fool!
Yep. Silly man. You got the edited version's way better.
Yeah. But we edit?
No, we don't.
Oh, thank God. I was worried someone else was doing something here apart from me. Are we paying someone to do that?
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
For the comment of the week this week, it's again brought to you by our friends at Frontline Gaming, and I whipped up a little something special to really let people know the value that they offer.
Oh, right. That's me.
That is you, yeah.
Leave me alone! Akira!
That's right. You can buy the link in the chat, if Dickie put it in there, the brand new full color WTC terrain set from our friends at Frontline Gaming. Great value and a really great way to practice if you want to pretend like you have a chance on making it on your nation's team. Available exclusively Frontline Gaming. Our comment of the week, though, as I get control back from the board, says here, as per your request, mean true facts about all of you. Danny, I'm going to prep you. These are not mean.
Okay, I'm ready.
Danny, Philip Seymour Hoffman, ex Homo erectus. How are we feeling about that description of you?
Well, first of all, I always have and always will be no homo. But
always erectus.
Just kidding. No, that's pretty apt. I like that. I do have a forehead and a beetling brow. That's so I nailed it. I think really good job. And I'm impressed they used that hominid instead of something a little earlier, like Homo
habilis.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, I took an anthropology course like 2 years ago, so I don't remember anything else. Val, just Homo habilis, erectus as well, just because it's a fun word to say. Val looks like a GTA Fred Durst, which I think is a fantastic description.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, Fred Durst with less polygons.
Yeah.
John, I don't know who this is because this is the John with an H.
Yeah.
But Alaskan Tarantino, foot stuff with frostbite. And it surprise you, that's not the first time people have told me I looked like that. So I did get incredibly fatter, so my face no longer looked like that. This is all my master plan.
Is that part of your plan to deflect this comment?
Yeah, it's just to get obscenely overweight through stress eating and drinking. And then speaking of which, Dickie,
Yes.
Brendan Fraser in every way, except he's a cybernetic sleeper agent for the Canadian military.
Oh.
Oh. Well,
Wow,
Brendan
what a
Fraser-
compliment.
Yeah, that's really nice.
It's not an insult. That's just saying. And of course, I responded with, "Hey, now we said mean, not accurate. Those are all pretty accurate descriptors.
They're pretty on point, actually.
Yeah. Big fan. Guys, any changes or kind of other things you would say about other people in this here? Maybe not yourself.
No, John, you know what? One of the things that I've learned as I've become, more mature, is that I don't need to belittle others to prop up myself to make me feel better.
You just choose to?
Yeah, it's just a hobby that I have.
Dickie, would you describe any of us in a meaner way?
No, because I'm Dickie. You're all. I never thought I would feel like the small person in a room at 6'2", but I do feel small when you giants are standing around me. So yeah, all right.
That's fair.
You guys are big lads. Big lads.
Large gentlemen.
We are some beefy boys. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Speaking of the beefy boy section, I wish I made that a bumper now, but that's okay.
next week.
Time.
There's always next week.
Dickie, all of the bumpers are interchangeable now. Why don't you just run one and then we'll go with that for the weird shit I found about the community. Oh, that one.
What did you say? Oh, that one. Oh, that one.
No, it's the
Happening
least
again?
effort.
No,
It's the least effort one I put. Is like, what happens if you put a GIF with words over it over music?
I think it works.
Welcome to Around the Net. This is the start of my run of calling the segments by the correct name, where we attempt
It'll be a run of one
to take a lighthearted look at what's been going on in the Warhammer community in the last week. And I have a couple weeks built up here. It's taken some time. People were big mad that they possibly would have to paint a titty. So there's been like too much woman complaining going on recently. But there was this that was found. This is a chapter from 40K book. It says, "How long to simply jack the God machine?"
Oh.
Annie, how long to simply jack the God machine?
Well, John, it depends on a bunch of different factors. I think you have to take into account. Like, number one, what class of God machine is this? It's a Titan, I assume. So, like, are we talking a Warhound?
I've read a little bit of it. It's used sort of for industrial purposes as well as warfare. So it's like a mining cum warfare weaponry.
Well,
Sure. Well, look, if you think about it, it's probably a lot easier and takes less time to jack a Warhound. It's closer to the ground than to jack a Warlord. Because, the Warhound, all you got to do is, it doesn't have the same types of rockets that maybe, the Warlord does. It just has, one red rocket. Yeah.
Dickie?
I was happy to be monetized for 13 minutes and 50 seconds of this show. So I'm glad.
Well, don't worry. Apparently,
what's wrong with what we're talking about? We're talking about jacking Titans,
and apparently this gets edited, so that we're
it
okay.
Doesn't get edited. I don't spend that much time on editing.
Well, Dickie,
what are we paying you for?
You're not paying me.
How do you jack the God machine?
I guess there would be a tool for that, right? Like if you're Mechanicum, you would have a jacking tool, right? There would have to be a jacking tool of some.
Yeah.
Ulysses Cohen postulates maybe a Power Fist would be a useful tool to jack.
Actually, it's pretty good. Yeah, Power Fist.
The correct answer, by the way, is Sanguinius, who goes under the feet and pushes up. That's how you jack a Titan, you dirty bastards.
Oh.
Next up. This was one of my favorite comments that I found that I've been sitting on for a couple of weeks here. This says, "Here's a pic of my old D&D/Warhammer store. It looked mostly like this every day.
Wow.
On the rare occasion, a female or POC would show up and was always made welcome. In my area, the hobby is made up of mainly straight white fat guys. The store near me now looks exactly the same." Danny, Dickie, is this a really kind of metaphorical take on colonialism, or is this just kind of indicative of the hobby, where it's just fat straight white guys? Speaking as 3 fat straight white guys.
Mm-hmm. Also, we have beards. That's an important thing too that he didn't mention. Yeah,
I trimmed mine down, so I don't want to be one.
I was at an event a couple of weeks back when there was 4 female players on team. Yeah.
That doesn't sound right. That can't possibly be correct. I'm flabbergasted right now.
It was, and they were fantastic players. All of them were really, really awesome. So maybe times they are changing, boys.
Yeah.
Dickie,
Danny,
would you imagine that they wouldn't be excellent players? Like,
is it just because they're women that you would think that, Dickie?
Yeah.
No, they were like fantastic. Like really, like maybe like call Team Canada and bring them next year, kind of players. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
They're really
That's
good.
great.
That's awesome. He does say here, a female or a POC, which stands for person of color, would show up and was always made welcome. Danny, how did this person make a woman feel welcome at a game store?
Well, I know what I like to do. I'm just kidding.
Tell me more, Danny.
So classically, what you're going to want to do is a lot of physical touch because, people respond really well to that. So like a giant hug,
a lot of shoulder rubbing.
a pat on the back or a pat on the shoulder, maybe a caress of the arm. That's what women want to be touched. Like
I think as well, when you see what they're playing, immediately let them know that there is a Sisters of Battle army that's just women,
right?
Because they might not have been aware, and they're playing Space Marines, which are for boys. It's not okay that other people play them.
But it's fine. Like it's 2024. Like you can play an army that doesn't match your what gender you conform to. Mm-hmm. So like I'm open to people playing whatever they want.
Also, I'm looking at this picture. I don't see a lot of fat white guys playing 40K. I see a lot of skinny white guys playing 40K. Some fat guys playing Magic. But outside of that, no, not a lot right there.
Well, 40K is the more active hobby, John.
How many people do you think this person spent their time making a female, in his words, feel welcome by describing every rule in excruciating detail as he was playing the game? Like when you're paired, you're like, okay, so it's going to be our deployment phase. What that means is that we're going to create deployment zones that we're going to put our models into.
I think it's also important to restate rules back to them in a slower, maybe more understanding way so that they really understand that, what they're saying, and you can kind of translate them back to them because they may not understand what a rule means, right? So like when they say, oh yeah, my guy has AP1, and you'd be like, well, AP1 means that my armor save is at a -1 penalty. Like really kind of go into depth and explain how that works back to them so that they can kind of internalize that and learn it better for themselves.
Let them know AP stands for actual penetration.
Yeah. Also, as he says, you get louder too. It's important that you're very loud.
Yeah.
And remember, if while playing 40K you lose to a woman, it's because you were trying to create a great experience and not because you're just bad at the game.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's
and
the
good on you for really, taking one. And
you know what? There's no better way to invite someone into your community than to have them play 1 6-hour game of 40K. That's right. Step.
That's what everybody wants. I mean, we all love it. Why wouldn't they love it for 6 hours?
Yeah.
I would let's breaking character here because I'm playing the character of John right now, right, Danny? Mm-hmm. But just pulling away from that, I would fucking hate to play a 6-hour game of Warhammer with the same person. Like that is too much social interaction with one person. This is why apocalypse games do not work, because I am stuck talking to the same moron for like 12 hours and just
Dude. Do you think that all players that play Apocalypse are morons, Sean? I think that's probably
unfair. In the modern
age,
you just play Epic, for God's sake, with the little minis instead of using Epic rules for your big minis.
God, we need to play Imperialis, dude. Like,
yeah, we do. Got to fit that in there. Sorry. Only got 60 days to do it. It's fine.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, we got this. Moving on. I bought some dice recently from Baron of Dice and was very happy with it. And we even talked to him about the possibility of Wingdings dice, which is becoming more and more a realistic proposition for event handouts and overpriced sales. But what really drew them to me was this right here. This is their advert that I saw sponsored on Facebook. It says, trusted by industry professionals and content creators. It goes on a little bit. This, of course, is Blog for the Blood God, who we kind of annoyed once by being mean. But that's not a short list of people, Danny, so that's fine. And he says, for my dice, I trust the Baron. Danny, Dickie, what would your cross-arm pose statement be about Baron of Dice? Dickie, that's powerful.
Wow. Jesus.
Wow.
Look at those pecs.
I'm
intimidated. What's your phrase? What are you saying? You've
only been producing Camilleri for like 5-6 months and you're already looking like that? Jesus.
But I've been working with him for like 5 years. I've been working with him for 5 years, so it's tank top o'clock, baby. What would my phrase be?
Yeah.
Be socially responsible or something like that. Because
wow.
Yeah.
Effective.
Yeah.
I think mine would be, I gotta grab the pose now. I'd be like, for dice, the will flush.
Oh.
So that's an old callback right there.
Yeah,
to some
good callback.
Loaded dice in the UK.
That was fun.
Not that we're saying Baron's dice are loaded, but they did roll really well for me.
Mine would be I can do the pose, but you can only really see my head, like this kind of.
Danny. I got you.
Leaning back kind of a pose, not this kind of half-ass one here, but I would probably say something to the effect of, the Baron of Dice have the best mouthfeel of any dice available commercially. That would be mine.
Well, okay, so it troubles me, or I guess I have a follow-up question about why you had to specify commercially.
Well, John, look, there's a lot of things on the dark web. They can make a dice out of anything now. So, really, but I can buy these on the open, non-black market, and for that, I really appreciate it.
That's true. But yes, if you are interested in Wingdings dice, we're like this close to taking the plunge. Leave a comment below and let us know how much a great value $10 would be for 2 Wingdings dice, because these fuckers are expensive.
It's an icebreaker, really, if you're rolling to see who goes first, and then tell them what you rolled, memorize the chart, know what the Wingding is representative of, and then confuse them.
I think I'm going to judge, or I'm going to message him and be like, it's a deal as long as we can put a key in the container. And then we'll do that. We'll put a little key or a translation in the container so people.
Oh, I see.
So okay, people, not like an actual key for a house, though. If you do want to buy a really nice townhouse in Anchorage, Alaska, and also let me know in the comments.
Yeah, we've made copies of all our friends' house keys, and we're going to distribute those with each bag of 50 dice spot. You're going to key to someone's house. We're not going to tell you whose, but look, just try some doors.
All right. Safe. We're at one sad trombone sound, and we're doing a run of Wingdings dice. All right, fine. They're going to come. I'll email tomorrow.
Oh no.
Moving on. This came up a few weeks ago here. Games Workshop shares 18 million pounds, which is probably $20 US at least, of profits with staff as Warhammer maker as business booms. Wait a second. What that headline? Games Workshop shares 18 million profits with staff as Warhammer maker as business booms. This was from a quality UK paper. Anyway, 1,500 people employed. Everyone got a bonus and a share of the profits. It's one of the great things GW does for its people is pay out regular bonus when they're doing well. Mm-hmm. But if GW didn't hand out cash as a bonus, what would they hand out?
Well, historically, John, they've handed out miniatures that are special edition that you can't get other places to staff members. I know they did that in the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, they can hand out all kinds of stuff. They could hand out some excellent dice. They could even, I feel like a real hit would be
Pizza party.
a 6-pack of Bugmans to your employees would probably be a pretty good gift.
Yeah. Dickie, what's more important than cash for you to receive? Say you work for Warhammer TV, you're a very well respected and treated member of that crew. What would be a great bonus for you?
A living wage would probably be something that I'd be.
No.
That's the winner.
Oh
No. Silly boy. No living wage, only annual bonuses based on profit.
okay. Can I get a really rare model that I can sell then to make sure I get a living wage?
Oh, I'm glad.
I was thinking maybe someone to work at the store so that you could not have to close the store 2 days a week.
So you could go for a crap and you didn't have to close the store. Yeah.
There's
That'd be
nothing
cool.
better than heading to a GW store when you're on vacation and then you see a sign that says they're on lunch for 30 minutes when you know lunch is just taking a shit. Because I remember the heyday of GW where each store had like 20,000 people working at it.
And they would sell product based on interaction with kids. And they did well.
But yeah, no one's interacting with the kids anymore.
Nobody.
What can we do?
Nobody.
Danny, Dickie, this is a special one for you. I have a couple kind of interspersed through here to kind of break up the tension of the previous slides. It's my classic. I found a picture or a conversion of a model, and I just need you guys to tell me what are the rules for it. And Danny, I need you to describe what it is for the audio listener. So we're starting with this one here.
Oh.
This is Karn in a quad dress, like a cute dress with double chain X's. Actually, you know what? It might not be Karn. It could just be a Khorne Berserker. That's not
pretty
fair.
racist.
I don't think it's racist. I mean, you're talking about like an entire faction of. Anyway, they all wear helmets, John.
Karn only has one X.
It's true.
Yeah, that's why I retracted my statement.
I object. Danny, Dickie, what are the rules for this Karn world waitress eater? No, they're all bad. What are the rules?
Nana Karn. Nana Zerker? Nana Berserker? Nana Blood God? I don't know. I got nothing.
This is a Khorne Berserker Strawberry Shortcake Edition.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So this Khorne Berserker bakes blood. So we're talking a lot of black sausage being made here.
God, I love black pudding. Holy cow.
Chopping it up, frying it up in a pan, and you get it with beans.
Oh my
Eggs,
God.
beans.
Yeah.
Just
turn off my camera and go
English.
eat. So good. I'm getting hungry. I'm changing the slide.
Yeah, nothing more delicious than rice and congealed blood, right? Like it's one of the tastiest things in the world.
Okay, one, it's not rice. It's grains and oats and things like that. And
Sorry, that's much better.
black pudding is the food of kings. But anyway, I'm going to pull this slide up. Before I do, the question's going to be, is this accurate? It says the average adult spends $255 per year on their hobbies.
Oh, my.
That
is average?
How's your family of 20 adults?
There's no way. I bet you everyone in this chat spends more than that.
I was with it until it said per year. I could see that be like per month.
Week? Per month.
No, but yeah,
that's a lot.
Wow,
that's apparently the survey that went out is the average adult spends $255 per year on their hobbies.
No
How does it feel to be in one of the top 1 percentile of hobby spenders?
Maybe I shouldn't be spending so much money.
Yeah, maybe I need to reevaluate
maybe.
what is a lot for a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really important that we make major life changes and mental decisions based on a meme of a monkey puppet. So that's
yeah, man.
Like, think about this for an example, right? Like, this is like 4 video games a year. If that's your hobby, you play video games, you're only playing 4 video games a year.
Well, it's more mental health than a hobby because I spend more than that on video games in a year.
John, just because you've categorized it into a separate write-off category doesn't mean that you don't get to count it against your hobby budget.
Damn it, that's fair. But yeah, it is. That seems obscenely low.
Yeah.
But talking about amazing things, I have a picture here from what I can only assume is a battle report set in the old world. And Dickie, Danny, I need your expert eyes and ears to describe what you're seeing. And then let us know what is happening in this old world battle report. When I hit the right button. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, it's the Beastman attack, it looks like here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we're looking at here is a classic Beastmen versus Empire battle report. This is in the throes of close combat, John.
Oh, yeah.
The Empire is cleaning up the last little bit of Ungor resistance and ready to move on to really look, there's no horns, so it's got to be an Ungor.
Or were they cut off in a close combat?
No one knows.
I mean, at that point, though, you're relegated to Ungor status because you have no horns. Beastmen judge a lot of their personal glory and status on the size,
Size of your horns.
thickness, luster, and the appearance of their horns, John.
What I'm hearing you say is in the old world, Beastmen are the same as orcs in 40K who are judged by their teeth.
Orcs in old world are judged by that metric. So Beastmen being judging their merit on their horniness is an entirely different metric, I feel like. But they are similar in that way.
They're just dwarfs because they're all horny. Wait, I got something for this.
Yeah, go ahead. That's more like it.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you. I keep that one up, that button on screen at all times so that I can properly rate my jokes. This is, I think, the best thing I saw on a 3D printing website, which doesn't necessarily rate it particularly high at all. But this guy here I saw. Someone 3D printed a writable Icarus pattern Land Raider for their child. And I'm asking you.
And a chainsword.
And because you got to defend yourself. You want to drive him closer so you can stab him with it. What 40K vehicle would you guys make into a kid's Power Wheel?
A Talos paint engine.
Oh, okay.
Guess which of the three of us currently does not have a child?
Okay.
Look, you're giving the kid a bunch of things they want. What kid doesn't want to fly? And whip their friends with or hit their friends with an injector gauntlet. I know I do, so I can only imagine that desire in a child would be exponentially larger.
That's fair. And I could imagine sitting talking to my 5-year-old son and be like, just get inside. Don't be such a bitch about it. Come on. It's
not going to hurt.
Ignore the spikes on the inside. They're mostly foam.
Except for that one.
Oh, and that one. Dickie.
My initial thought was Orc Truck because I just think it would be hilarious. But actually, I was
when
thinking,
it breaks, you could tell your kid that they didn't believe enough.
Yeah, they didn't believe enough.
Wow.
The Hecaton would be hilarious. The land for it would be awesome, right?
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be a good one.
You could paint it up with a school bus or a train. Kids love both of those things.
Yes.
Sherman coming in saying the Invader ATV, which I think would be a very good design to just kind of port across.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what about the new land speeder, the Hailstorm or whatever, the thing where the guns shoot right past your ears? That would be great for kids. Yeah,
they're going to put really loud Bluetooth speakers where the guns are so you can get the full experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. I love the idea of upscaling 3D prints so that you can actually kind of just let your children write in them. You can tell he did this, put the child in it, took a picture, called his wife through, and the wife just sighed really heavily and walked out the room again while shaking her head.
Yeah, she was not a happy camper for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how much that cost. Another time here, Guys, I need more rules. Danny, what are we looking at? And Danny and Dickie, what are the rules for this thing?
Oh, look at her.
First of all, I don't think you should call that a thing. That's clearly a woman. We're looking at a 3D printed, or
But
maybe
it's a
just in this
custodian.
scale, of a female Custodes model.
Yeah.
Not that I'm trying to assume their gender.
Correct.
But yeah, it looks very hippie.
Hippie?
Yeah,
like
like
she
it's
has
got
big
big
hips.
hips.
Oh, okay.
They don't lie, Dickie.
No,
No.
they sure don't, and neither do Custodes.
No. How important is it for you to want to fuck your female models in Warhammer? Because I see a lot of these like things, and I think a lot of people's issue towards female are like girls being added to the game in like model form comes from the fact that they're not in a form that people want to have sex with, and that troubles the guys that play the game.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah, I'm sure they're insecure nerd guys, but she's a great looking lady, and she definitely kicked my ass. So
yeah, that's true. She wouldn't be able to sneak up on you though. You'd hear those clankers come in like from like 100 yards away.
Because that thigh armor is definitely rubbing together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, please, Dan. You're going to start someone's fan fiction. Be like, I thought of that last week. Get this off screen.
Clankers. Oh, okay. What is this?
Great, even better. Yeah.
Great.
So this, and I actually blacked out the name for this one because this one was up for about 2.5 minutes. Danny, what are we looking at here?
So we're looking at a product description for a Word Bearers resin Forge World Dreadnought that's a little broken. But when the user uploaded the photo, they apparently uploaded another photo of someone dressed in a costume with their face concealed, but pulling up their dress to take a shot at their panties and garters there.
Yeah, someone accidentally clicked 2 photos in the camera reel instead of one when uploading that. That's a real shame. I will ask you, Dickie, the dreadnought on the right. What are the rules for the dreadnought on the left?
The left. You said the dreadnought on the right, and then you said the dreadnought on the left.
We know the rules for the Hellbrute on the right.
I'm sorry, that's a Forge World Word Bearers dreadnought on the right. Or if that's a Hellbrute, then it must be on the left. That's a Forge World Word Bearers dreadnought. So, Dickie, what's the rules?
I don't think religion has anything to do with that.
I can't really see her face at all, unfortunately, or I don't want to assume gender, of course.
Does a model's face affect its rules to you?
Sometimes, John. Sometimes.
Is this like proportional to your want to have sex with your model? Like, because I feel like that in this might,
Well, you want to make sure it's a full package. You don't want to you don't want to.
There might be a full package there, Dickie.
That's what I'm saying. So you want to clarify, right? You want to make sure.
You're right.
That's true.
So the rules. You asked the rules.
Yeah. What rules does it have?
So let's just say the rules hidden package, and then you never know.
Got lone operative, I think maybe.
Lone op, hidden.
That's just every Warhammer player comes with that.
That's probably fair.
Yeah. Let's get this off the screen. We talk about this in this beautifully cropped view. If you guys don't know what we're looking at here, this is the single miniature gold winner from Golden Demon by Neil Hollis. It's a beautiful Exodite rider, but I don't have lined up. The background, like just the picture on the back, was a AI generated background piece, and that caused a lot of controversy. What do you guys think about the piece itself? Though I know we went over it like a little bit here before.
It's beautifully painted. Wow.
It's a really nice model. It's unfortunate that it has to be tagged for this particular thing. I think this shouldn't be considered to be really part of the model. As far as the paint job is concerned, I don't think it's fair to assume that everyone can paint a portrait in order to make a model look cooler.
This was on a podcast that I saw, and
was it on the painting phase podcast?
Thank goodness! What a great post you are. Yes, it was on this. And he was defending how it took so long to get
really?
this, to finally craft this this background.
Yeah, he went on the Painting Face podcast, which, if you don't know, is the same podcast that Peachy left to go out on his own and do his Peachy tips, to defend his actions and kind of saying like it took a lot of work and like it's not really kind of taking away, and really sort of defend himself on that. Danny, when you're getting this kind of level of pushback and kind of criticism, is it a good idea to go on podcasts and start defending yourself, or do you just wait for it to blow over?
Well, I think it's miniature painting, so you probably don't need to go on a podcast. It's not like it's going to affect your career, probably, unless you're a professional painter, in which case you may want to go on a podcast to defend yourself just to clear the air, especially one that's well known for painting.
What a great picture you got of him.
But that is a great picture. That is something that I would do, like, oh, my bad.
So, Danny, as a fully fledged and licensed prosecutor for the podcast,
not true. None of that is true.
The painter Neil Hollis, he described people who were mad about him using AI for the background as angry virgins. What's your thought on this defense technique?
Yeah, I think that's really good. The first thing you should do when you're defending yourself is ad hominem attacks, because that really lets other people know that you mean business. And so without those kinds of derogatory marks towards other people, nobody's going to take you seriously. So yeah, you got to start talking about there's stupid virgin idiots and their ideas and their tiny penises. That's what I would do.
True.
Oh, that's next level. I like that. Yeah,
that's true. And then if you want
to,
see how
I ramped it up a little bit. That's what he should have done.
I like it.
Yeah. Become a member on YouTube, join our Grim Court, and Danny will tell you which law school he learned that at. And like really priceless advice for $1 a month. On the less serious side, or on the more serious side, moving on. Personal opinions, guys. I don't give a shit. It's beautifully made and converted miniature. I don't care if you can draw a picture of a tree in the background.
It's inconsequential to the idea of miniature painting. Like, who freaking cares, right? Like, I don't know.
People who can't paint, who think the only reason they don't win Golden Demon is because they don't enter.
Oh.
It's like, you know, the LVO is like 1,200 people a year, roughly. About 300 to 400 of those are people who are definitely going to win when they go. And then when they lose, they just say they got power game by a meta army, when really it's because they play one game a year. And that one game a year is the first round of LVO before they drop.
Yeah.
So, question.
Yeah.
When you go to LVO this year.
Yes. I have played more than one game this year, so I no longer fall into that category.
That is true.
And I have a positive
games this weekend. Yeah,
I have a positive win record with my army.
You have a great win record with your army. Honestly, you're doing really good.
4-1-1. Like,
I'm very proud of you.
He's got to keep kind of beating those casual events with my casual list, which turns out is really freaking good.
Yeah, the idea is here to buff up your win rate to only play in narrative events.
4-1-1 doesn't lie.
It's true.
So Death Card can go suck an egg. That was not a fun experience. Turns out when your only trick is close combat, and aside, an army that negates that really just doesn't give you a fun time.
It's a bummer.
Moving on, they announced it a while ago. Games Workshop is building a new Nottingham factory as part of a huge expansion plan, bringing them to 4 factories at their site, at their HQ. Guys, if they do this and they're solving the in-stock problem, what are the players going to complain about?
Balance. I would imagine balance.
There are so many things to complain about, John. You know that, there's literally, like, I don't like the box material my miniatures came in. Like, it feels uncomfortable on my soft virgin hands. And people are going to complain about that. Like, they're going to complain about a paper cut that they get, right?
I thought you were going to say the mouthfeel of the boxes.
Yeah, the mouthfeel of the boxes is poor.
It's negative. Yeah, it's just not good. It's kind of crunchy and has a weird cardboard flavor. Like, come on, guys, get with it.
I wonder if there's a market for scratch and sniff packaging. So if you buy like a Krieg box and you scratch the little corner of the box, it smells like dirt.
I think it should smell like trench warfare. But
if you buy like a Corn Berserker box and you scratch the little thing, it smells like copper.
blood, or
makes
sense.
Why copper?
Because that's what blood tastes like, allegedly. Dickie told me.
Dickie, do you drink blood?
No.
No, you know how
Only
I know
of
that,
my
actually.
enemies. Only of my enemies.
Actually, you know what, John? I know you know what blood tastes like
Because I
you
bit
eat
through
that,
my tongue.
Yeah.
that fucking black pudding, dude. Like it's like blood.
Who's got 2 thumbs and had 4 stitches in their tongue this year? This guy. That was not a good
Smells
time.
like trench foot. Yeah, it would smell like trench foot. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is a great smell.
Yeasty.
Yeah. Oof.
Have you ever had trench foot, Dickie?
No.
That's
No.
good.
I changed my. You got to change your socks a lot.
Yeah, that's true. You really do have to watch that, though, right? Like, because if they get wet and everything, bad news.
You got to protect your feet.
I'm really happy that we can provide such a great public service like how to avoid trench foot to really promote GW's new scratch and sniff line of boxes that I hope they do now.
You're welcome.
What smell would an ultramarine be?
What smell would an ultramarine make?
Mm-hmm. Have yours a scratch and sniff on the box?
Yeah,
Glory.
I imagine it's kind of. Oh, go ahead. What do you think, Dickie?
Glory.
Okay.
What does glory smell like?
You have to scratch and sniff the box to find out.
The smell of a cool McCrag breeze that blows over from juniper stands,
Ooh.
mixed with a hint of lilac and elderberry.
Oh, sign me
You're
up.
all wrong. It's vanilla.
It's just
Singer.
bathroom spray that they spray in every box.
Stinger. Oh.
Beautiful. Moving on. Danny, I found this one. I thought of you. It's something you should definitely get.
I love it.
What are we looking at here?
Well, this appears to be a converted Cherub with 2 pistols and Danny DeVito face. Amazing reference here. This guy just starts blasting at any possible opportunity. I love it. It's not even derivative.
No.
It's really good.
It makes a great replacement Cherub from the Fabricator General Store. If you want to send us samples, we will absolutely not paint them and have them sit in our pile of shame.
Yep.
But it's, a wonderful little Danny DeVito. I'm always there for Always Sunny references.
Me too.
In my games. That's where it's going to go. Good. Dickie,
Yeah.
friend, certainly if you want to press a Prices Redacted button just now.
Food.
Yeah, I sort of made it in time, but then I didn't, but that's okay. Welcome to the Prices Redacted. This is a part of the show where we test our contestants' knowledge of the secondhand miniatures market. Today's mission, I try to find, actually, I can't do this. I'm done with Games Workshop.
What?
I'm just going to 3D printer go burr. I'm just going to go to the 3D printing store to buy stuff.
Oh, no.
I can't help it. Their prices are ridiculous. It's almost like they want to pay fair wages to people and make a profit for their company. So I'm going to go to this store right here. Let me just type here real quick. What? Shapeways is offline.
Oh, man.
Pop Goes the Monkey posting today. Thanks, Danny, for pointing this out. The Shapeways, a fantastic third-party miniature designer who uses Pop Goes the Monkey, fantastic third-party miniature designer who uses Shapeways as a printing service to send his designs out. Told us that Shapeways is offline. It's no more. We can no longer have someone else go 3D printer, go burr. We must burr ourselves. So in my desperation, I went to eBay and I looked up Warhammer spare parts.
Okay.
And your mission today, if you choose to accept it, which you have to, otherwise we're going to be like 10 minutes short, is to tell me closest one wins what the price of these parts are. First up, we have a Tempestus Scion Torox autocannons left and right, 40k bits, part spares. So, Danny, as the returning champion, how much did someone pay to get the Tempestus Science autocannons. And then also, what do they even use them for?
So, first of all, these are for the Torox, and it's like integral to the model. I guess you can have the volley guns instead if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I just want to take autocannons, especially twin-linked ones. I think that's, first of all, it's way cooler than a bunch of silly little laser guns.
Is it like an easy swap out with the Hellfire?
Yeah,
I have no idea. I've never actually built that model before.
Flat things that you just literally push on.
Oh,
so they're pressure. You could almost pressure fit them.
Yeah, you can pressure fit them. Yeah.
So then you're saying that this person has obviously glued on the hell guns, and they can no longer pressure fit these autocannons. More than likely.
Okay, so you're trying to identify the intelligence of the person that's selling these in order to.
I mean, I think they're probably not very smart if that's what's happened.
Okay.
All right. So since this is not a smart person selling these, I've got to base my bid accordingly.
Yep.
I think
is it
a
smart person buying them though?
Oh, these were sold though. Okay,
these are all sold items. This was sold July 1st yesterday.
Some equally mentally deficient person then bought these. I would say probably in the range of $17.
Wow,
$17.
Yeah.
I bet for almost that much, or maybe even a little more, you could go to Frontline Gaming secondhand store and just buy a whole Torox.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that would have been the real move.
Yeah. Don't worry. As soon as the check clears, we will sell out completely and be like, how much this is this in the secondhand store at FLG. But so you said $15, Danny? Or
$17.
$17.
Dickie, what do you think?
I was gonna say like $5.60.
That's a good guess. I mean, I think it's wrong because this person is
deficient.
Anyway, yeah.
The right answer was $7.57.
Oh, baby.
Plus $16.37 shipping.
Oh my God.
Only to Alaska.
Wow.
Beautiful. So that's one to the Dickie. The next up here is Warhammer 40K, Thousand Sun Scarab Occult Terminators Arm Bits Parts Spares. Dickie, it looks like we have 10 right arms and 12 left arms.
So just the arms, but not the hands.
No, not the
just
hands.
the arms. The idea is I think you 3D print the hands, which, oh boy, are they going to be in for a surprise when they look.
Or this person plays Heresy and wanted plastic Scarab Occult Terminators for their army, and so they replaced them with 3D printed parts or something like that instead.
Okay, I'm gonna say $6.82.
Terrible bid.
Danny,
there's
would you like to guess $4.20?
You said how much, Dickie, again? $6?
$6.82.
All right. $6.83, John.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, the right answer is $17. Dickie, pipped by a penny.
Please.
No.
$15 for just
I'm
arms.
playing for keeps.
Yeah, you're going
Look,
hard.
sometimes you buy a lot of Terminators and they have shoulder pads and torsos and weapons and bases. They just don't have arms.
All right.
And everyone knows the arm is the hardest part of the thing to sculpt and procreate, so it's fine. Next up.
But it's the easiest thing to show off and let everyone know that you're from Australia.
That's true. Because, Dickie, you're showing arms right now. You're Australian.
Are you Australian? I feel like you could wrestle a crocodile or maybe at least choke out a kangaroo right now.
Yeah, you would die in the process. But
perfect impression.
Yeah, you like that?
Next up, it's a popular one. It's Tyranid Winged Hive Tyrant Wings, 40k bits part spares conversion. These wings are exceptionally popular, I would say, because Chaos players use them a lot for Demon Princes and other kind of conversions like that. How much did someone spend on April 30th on a set of these wings? This is post-release of the new Demon Prince kit as well.
$27, John.
I gotta have a shocked noise like courtroom sounds. So 27 from Danny. Dickie, you're a Chaos player. You know how important good-looking wings are.
I just get the originals.
How much?
I'm so boring. I don't do weird conversion stuff like.
Are you like a base model kind of a guy, Dickie?
Yeah, I'm a base
like,
model guy.
Yeah, I get that.
It's all about that
Sorry.
base.
No trouble.
No. You're all
25
trouble.
$25.
25. Danny,
Yeah.
you said
$27.
27. Dickie said 25. The right answer is $10.
Oh, baby!
Wow.
Ooh.
I'm surprised those went so cheap, to be honest.
Honestly, I
I'm
think
not.
the new Demon Prince kit really killed that market a lot.
I think so.
Because that kit is phenomenal. It's a beautiful model.
He's such a
so
small little
two-
guy too. The
Yeah,
Demon
2-1 to Dickie so far. So Danny, this is your time to pull it back. That's a Frontline Gaming back. No, I'm kidding. It's not. It is
Prince.
a Pentium engine pilot, Oop metal, 40K Adeptus Ratus bits, Bart spares.
10 engine pilot. So the
Yeah,
silly
so there
bugger-
were two different on the metal Penitent engine sticky. There were two different options for the person that was crucified to the front of it. You know, this would be another model that would be really
gonna
great,
say,
like as a
children.
power wheel for kids.
Oh,
You could like strap them in with their arms wide.
naked.
And
Yeah,
just, yeah.
completely buck naked. But yes. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, no, you could wrap them
Don't
in
make
some
it weird,
cloths,
Dickie. We're
like-
just crucifying the child, not undressing them. Come
yeah,
on.
dude, that's sick.
Okay. See, now we're really demonetized.
Now you demonetized us.
Now you've done it. Yeah, I'm gonna say let's see, $6.82.
$6.82. Dickie,
$10.
$10. The correct answer is $11.37.
Unreal. Look at this guy go. He's just like nailing them here, left and right.
Keep people like the Oop.
People like these,
Yeah.
baby.
And I didn't even send the slideshow to him today, so you know he's not cheating.
Unbelievable.
Danny, you have a chance to pull back a little bit of respect here.
Zero
The
Unlikely.
Tyrannid Carnifex Spore Cyst
No.
Carapace. Starting with Dickie, though.
Oh,
of
I
course,
guess. Yeah, I have to go first.
yeah.
I can't teach it. He's just gonna go a cent over me because he's a jerk face. I'm gonna.
I mean, you already won, so I don't know what.
No,
battle
I
you're
wanna-
in.
I wanna
Yeah, throw me a bone here, Dickie.
Crush you. 450. 450.
450.
Yeah.
Danny.
I'm gonna say $4.49.
You
Oh,
went
under.
under him.
Under.
That was the trick.
When maybe you should have gone
Oh!
over him.
Oh,
because
I should have gone over the
It
top.
was 505. Sporcis and other parts like that, very popular with Death Guard players when converting their vehicles to look more pestilent.
Oh,
Yeah. They fit really well on War Dogs.
What do I win? What do I win?
You
not my respect.
well, let's let the people know what you want. You've won the chance to produce a shitty Tuesday night podcast for next year.
Whoa!
You've done it.
God damn it.
Checking in 30 minutes before everyone else and having to constantly message everyone, when will you be here? Every Tuesday night will be a Dickie night as you produce
Oh, jeez.
Grim After Dark, Warhammer's premiere. Oh, I've heard of that podcast.
Yeah, I bet you wish you had a something in your Canadian Constitution that disallowed slavery, but
It's not slavery if he's having fun.
yeah. Well, I mean, it can still be slavery, John.
I don't think that's right at all. Beautiful. Let's move on here. We're gonna skip past a couple things. Like you guys, you don't hear shit about this beautiful case.
What a great case.
What is that, John?
That's Frontline Gaming.
$155. What a great deal.
I
Look,
know.
the joke's passed. Like
Oh,
we
right.
had a lot of fun talking about like this great Frontline Gaming case and how it's impossible. It's only $155, but
It's
is.
crazy that that's $155.
Like we could talk
yeah.
about like how it's the right size for carry-on, it's TSA approved, it's the safest way to transport your miniatures over any kind of aircraft.
Or seven heads.
That it has space for dice and tapes and rule books, but the joke's done. People are saying we're shilling too much now. So
Oh.
I mean, there's probably not even a link in the comments below to go to that to buy your very own. And like it even comes with a dice logo on it, but that's not a real dice. You can't roll it. It's just a flat piece of paper.
Yeah.
And the spiders, they're out of spiders, right?
Out of spiders.
You're not getting free spiders with this.
Not had a single comment about spiders since the promotion started. So you snooze, you lose. There's no. What are we even doing here? Get out of here. It's gone. Boys, it's a compact one this week.
Wow. Oh, we're already here. Okay.
We're already here. It's a compact one.
John, did you know that this means some kind of an insult? I know we went over it a little bit last episode.
No,
but
that can't be true. It's because we're on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
So we're telling our audience that we are going to see them next Tuesday, which is when we are next on.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's no possible way you can make anything rude out of that whatsoever.
I think you're really digging to make this dig in some of the other things, about the show. There's lots of things about the show that you could dig in and see.
Oh my God,
how terrible it is. But, right. Yeah. Dickie will give you the lowdown.
I have a list. A long
send him a personal message. Just
personal message,
yeah. Ulysses Colon in chat saying, does it at least give me tetanus? Which I think he's referring to the Frontline Gaming bag. Open it wrong, it might. And that's just a bonus that they don't advertise because they probably don't want to. Because that's a terrible thing to give people.
Do you want your jaw locked in one position for the rest of your life? Hopefully it'll be open, can you imagine how handsome you'd be?
Could you imagine how much time you'd have to spend focusing on Warhammer if you didn't have to worry about eating and you just had a paste? Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can make this rude, but there's no way.
I don't think so, John.
No, so someone said to add a C, but I don't get it because Tuesday just doesn't work.
No.
Right. Or Tuesday. That doesn't even make any sense. That's not a real day.
Tuesday, yeah. But you know what? We'll keep people happy. Well, I'm gonna leave it there.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. We made that upgrade. I don't know why that's funny to you. But yeah, well, the idea is we'll see you next Tuesday if I can click on the right box. Good God.
Could I follow up on something we talked about during the show?
Oh sure,
Dickie. Yeah.
Yeah, always.
This is the chill part where I have nothing else prepared.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
best part of my Tuesday.
Unlike most of the show. So are we really going to do wingding dice for people?
I think so.
Wow.
Guys, it's incredibly expensive. And this is going to end up with me, Danny,
financially
Val,
ruined.
and Dickie.
Well, the podcast may never financially recover from this.
But it will end in us each having 62 sets of dice to give away or sell.
So that's 62 times 10?
No, they're going to be sets of 2 because giving someone a full set, they're a joke, Dickie. And I think treating it here's 10 dice that are a joke is a little too much.
Yeah, 2 makes sense, actually.
I think 2 for $10, or when you beat Dickie at a tournament, he pays us $10 to give them away. Makes way more sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna no, screw it. We're gonna do it.
I think we should have a challenge where you and I have to bring those dice to a tournament
and play with them.
And John, our backups can be Deepkin dice.
But only against Tori, because
of course,
filming their reaction to us just using.
Will you have a printed legend for your opponent?
No, absolutely not.
Could you imagine going up to a table and your opponent being like, "Oh, I have some special custom dice. Everyone does it. Here's a legend for my dice." And then you roll the dice and you're like, hey, I just want to make sure everything's above board. Can you pick out anything that's 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Can you imagine taking a handful of those alongside of Death Guard, Ideneth, and Squig dice and rolling them all together at the same time, and how frustrating that would be?
And a deep, long stare at your opponent's eye. Just stare directly into their eyes as you're rolling.
Or you quickly say, all right, 6 hits, and then you pull the dice. You read them very quickly.
Whoa.
Or going to your opponent and holding your window okay, I'm going to slow roll these, or is that okay? and then you just roll them one at a time. I need file folder or better.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably just gonna be like this will be the packaging, and then there'll be 2 dice there.
Love it.
And then we'll call it good. Bring the Tuesday back.
Thanks,
yeah.
great.
Yeah, we're literally like, thank you for all the support over the years. We're gonna waste it all on Wingdings dice.
Yep.
I mean,
that's our MO.
It's meant to be, really.
It's meant to be.
Yeah.
It's meant to be. All right, Dickie, Danny, promote your thing.
Well, we have a podcast that I'm on occasionally, I guess, sometimes, called That Old World Charm. I think they might be recording an episode. I don't know what's even happening. My life is a horrible whirlwind of test prep and work. And moving stuff. So someday I'll be able to do that again. So check it out. We record and our episodes are up. You can check out the front facing half is always free. You can check out the our Patreon half, which kind of goes into more depth and answers listener questions and that kind of stuff. Our Patreon has a Discord where you can direct Pete or you can bug Pete and Adam directly as well as me.
Oh yeah, it's worth it. Just tag them on everything. They love that.
Yeah, for sure. They love that.
Mm-hmm.
They love that. Yeah.
Particularly get Pete really excited about something old world related and then immediately ask him about some 40k stats.
Oh yeah, he hates.
Yeah, it's going to be still doing that.
The old bait and switch. We do have a quick question here for you, Dickie. This is one of our Patreon questions. Will there ever be tournament advice shorts or reels called Quickies with Dickies?
Ooh,
that's great.
That's
like
great.
A no-brainer, really.
Like a no-brainer. We have to script some of those out.
Quickies with Dickies.
Like most quickies, it's total no-brainer.
When you're going to an RTT, remember to drink plenty of water.
Oh, hydrate, dude. Hydrate. Protect your feet. Hydrate. Oh man, we can nail down a.
You've got a lot of advice to give people, Dickie.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing.
Dickie's got a lot of quickies. We're stealing that. Thank you for the support.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well known for his quickies.
Yeah, well known for my quickies.
Well known. And trench foot.
You couldn't catch him here, but you can catch Val on Square-based. I was going to say Old World Charm, but that's just,
he hasn't been on there yet.
I don't think they did a show this week because Rob's been doing all the championships for
like the AOS Worlds and stuff, right?
Yeah, but if you want Val with 2 or 3 pent up weeks of old world questions and opinions, check out Squarebase whenever that comes back. He's going to be like a kid who's been given just like a shitload of candy and let loose in front of a candy maker.
Incredibly happy.
Yeah, that's going to be over on Squarebase. So check out Old World Charm, Squarebase. Danny and I will be back this week sometime, probably by the weekend, with another new mob rules where we go through our Summer of Stillmania. We had another RTT where Danny played his orcs, and I decided I'm probably not going to play this army all the way through to LVO.
Wow, really?
It became probably. I'm still going to try. I think. Much like how relationships change definitions, the core and the idea of the army will remain the same. There's just some stuff that I think is excessive or not necessary. I spammed a little too much. But we'll go into that more as well as kind of how we did it at narrative-friendly RTT that was attended by some people who were neither narrative or friendly.
Yeah.
Mainly us, but that's for sure. That'll be sometime this week on this very same feed you're listening to now, because I don't want to pay for another one. I got Wingdings dice to buy.
Oh baby!
What else you guys got?
That's it for me.
That's it. Yeah, I'm waiting to edit a show from the Old World Charm guys, and I haven't seen anything.
Oh, I see. So you'll edit Old World Charm, but not this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Just because they pay you money and appreciate you.
We do. We do appreciate Dickie a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, follow us on all socials. Go to www.grimafterdark.com to find everything you need to know about us. So from everyone here at Grim After Dark, we will see you next Tuesday.
It's time to step into the grim darkness where nerds gather talking Warhammer madness. Grim After Dark, the podcast with the hosts John, Danny, and Val, but they're not the most. Claiming to be experts, but it's all a facade. Talking about battles and dice rolls, they're all odd. Trying to sound cool with their Warhammer talk, but I'm here to expose. It's all just squawk. Nerds, everywhere I see talking Warhammer this, like it's a decree. But let me tell you, homie, it is all just a game. In the real world, homie, we are not the same. So put down the dice, step out of the dark. It's time to live life, nerd, make your own mark. Grim After Dark, the nerds playground. Talking Warhammer this, acting all profound. But when I listen, it's all just a bunch of noise. I love roasting nerds and their stupid ass toys. Stupid ass toys, I wanna grab them, put my hands around the neck, squeeze, Warhammer squeeze, until they can't breathe again. Tell a friend, I'm out here roasting nerds again.